welcome back. Today we'll be watching I Did a Thing. It's been a while since we watched him. Chat did a vote if we were going to watch some candy making or if we're going to watch Australian Feet Man, and Australian Feet Man won. So you can thank them for this video. Wait.
How you going? You ever seen the Space Shuttle Challenger launch? It
No.
was sick and successfully launched 7 astronauts into the sky. And I want to do that with a jet engine on a swing. But I don't have enough space to do all the big dumb projects I want to do.
What does that say? My ass pull? Hold on. My ass posts big ass. I was like, my ass pull? What the? What are you making?
So I want to do.
Oh no. Is it too loud? Let me make it loud, quieter.
Until now. And I've bought my dream house. And even paid extra to get a kitchen, 2 bathrooms, and high ceilings.
Oh, he moved into a trailer home? Wait, is this real? He's not renting random apartments and tearing them apart anymore? Or random houses?
And look at all this space. It's such a liberating feeling being able to chuck a rock anywhere you want. Where the only thing I have to worry about hitting is an endangered bird. I own that tree. And
Yeah,
that
fuck
tree,
those birds,
and
man.
That tree, this log.
If you're endangered, maybe it's Darwin's law. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So we'll be participating in worldwide wildlife conservation charity event next week. So everything I make next week will be going to donations. Shout out for next week's events. Did he actually move into a trailer home? Man, that's super liberating because look at all the sticks around him. Those are all
Even this
free and
bird.
real estate.
And this 100 acres of pristine Aussie bush is filled
Hell
with beautiful
yeah.
animals and plants, and also has more than enough room for a jet engine on a swing, which might just burn the whole place down.
Oh my gosh. Is that allowed?
So despite what people say, making a jet
I feel
engine
like that's
is
just
actually
like
pretty
starting a wildfire in the
easy.
making.
See this jar with a hole in the top? It's
Yeah.
not only a flashlight, but a jet engine. Don't believe me?
Flashlight? Damn, how thin is your dick? Anyone uses this as a flashlight in chat? Please put one. Please raise your hand. Can you relate?
Watch.
Bye, Dad. Have a good night. Good luck with work.
No. Alright, you're just going to have to believe me. And that's the simplest version, and then the jars get more and more complicated, like this. and
Oh,
this.
oh.
But despite how much these people will try to convince you, no one actually knows
Thrust
how they work.
equals mass times a
All
cube.
these scientists, they're just going along with it because they don't want to seem dumb and ask the wrong questions and lose their job. Which is why I'm not going to complicate things and get anyone fired and just make a pulse jet, which is essentially a metal version of this broken jar. You have the combustion chamber here, which when the gas ignites, it pushes out here and here. But because the gas takes longer to come out of this section, it pulses back in or something and it continues for some reason. And this unexplainable process gives you heaps of thrust.
Sorry, what'd you say? Couldn't hear you over the sound of your feet.
You have the combustion chamber here, which when the gas ignites, it pushes out here and here.
Okay.
But because the gas takes longer to come out of
Right.
this section, it pulses back in or something and the ignition continues for some reason.
What? That makes no sense.
And this unexplainable process gives you heaps of thrust, like enough to become a Nazi and bomb England from over 400 k's
No
away,
way.
which is perfect for me. So I'm going to copy famous Englishman Colin Furze, as his pulse jet looks fairly simple, but I've decided to upscale
And so he's doing that open flame so close to a car engine. I can't. I
mine designed
can't.
by exactly 1% just so I can say it's bigger than his. Also, I haven't figured out the swinging part yet. I'll just work that out later. Alright, I started by cutting out this 1.6mm sheet metal, which for those following along at home is this big. But now I have to turn this flat
Nice.
piece into a round section.
I feel like as his
first piece didn't
videos
go
go
well.
on, he's actually getting a lot better with handling stuff. Man, sometimes if you watch his early videos, he's like super unsure about how to handle some machinery and sheet metal and stuff. Now he's super duper experienced.
That is not going to line up. Neither did
Uh-oh.
the second.
Oh, never mind.
After using the vise, I eventually
I
got
spoke too
this,
soon.
which I tacked together. Then I cut out and rolled these tailpipe sections, which was a little harder.
Yes, bend. bend, you big doofus.
And eventually I got this together by using the most ratchet of straps to pull. So after tacking it together, I need to weld everything up. And after doing a practice
All
weld,
I'm saying is duct tape and strings do everything. But they will fix everything. It's using the pressure differential between atmospheric pressure and the composition pressure. The combustion chamber has a higher pressure, so it'll go out. Why does it go back in? Don't XDX me.
on some scrap to make sure I don't screw it up,
Pretty good.
I'm good to go. And this was a lot of welding and really made me realize how bad I am at following plans. I don't think I ever successfully welded a piece first go. It was a long process of welding and cutting my own welds and putting them back down.
Man, I
and then
just
using a
complimented
hammer
you.
to
Come on.
persuade the pieces into place. And eventually I got these two pieces
Nice.
and a mad welding tan.
Nice.
So after I ground down one of the edges on the missile-shaped piece, I welded it to the trumpet piece.
Ooh,
Nothing
that's
I do
looking
comes
good.
together
Okay,
without
that
doubt.
weld job is passable.
But the good thing about having the worst welds on the internet is that
Oh,
I
my
can just
eyes.
fill the gaps with more ugly welds and no one expects anything less. But I'm pretty happy. The welds are mostly solid, except for here where I welded around my thumb. And also the
Why? Back up. I need to see the footage on why did you weld your thumb to it? Yeah, that weld is not going to pass inspection. Functional.
whole thing is slightly off center, but it shouldn't matter. Now I just need to run the fuel line. So I got this pipe and welded a bolt in the end to make it airtight, then drilled some holes to make it air loose for the gas to come out. But these aren't randomly placed holes. They are very special.
I don't know, bro. I was going to say it looks like a flute, and then I'm like, what is this random hole in the middle that's a little few degrees above the rest?
hoping that if I put the holes in the same direction as the nozzle, when I crank up the gas, it will pull in the air in a phenomena called the Vitruvian Man, which will ignite and hopefully self-start and eliminate me needing a leaf blower like all these idiots.
The
Like
what,
Colin
man?
Furs has made over 10 of these pulse jets and never made a self-igniting one, which is just embarrassing. And there you go, the pipe should be in the center of the inlet,
Nice.
which it looks like it is. So it's time to give it a first go, and I'm slightly concerned that the pulse jet might just melt itself as it's only made out of mild steel. If I was a better welder, I would have made it out of stainless steel, just like this beautiful card from Revolut. Revolut is an all-in-one financial super app designed to simplify your money. They've got all you need in one.
Is this like an e-bank? I keep seeing e-banks. Like they don't actually have a real like bank branch, but they'll give you really good deals on credit card like interest rates and stuff. I don't know if is it worth it? Is it? I guess the risk is they could take your money and run with it. I don't know.
And you might even decide to order yourself one of these cards. Learn more by heading to the link in the description or scan this QR code.
Yeah, I think Tangerine is one that I tried to sign up for a few years ago, and they rejected me. I was like, what the? I think my credit score is okay. They rejected me.
I can even
They didn't want my money. They didn't want my $2.50.
who threw the card at them. The fraudulent trend has a disposable virtual card you can set up in app, and every time you make an online purchase with it, the card details disappear, meaning no one can steal your details. And this app is pretty handy for traveling. You can get competitive exchange rates for over 30 currencies
I don't know. I feel like when it comes to money with this stuff,
in the app.
like the exchange rates, the benefits, the tax rates or whatever, it's just too good to be true. There has to be a catch somewhere here. I guess they're just trying to incentivize you to go with them instead of like a traditional branch, traditional bank. I don't know. Can anybody in YouTube comments tell me if this is worth it? I'm so curious.
Grass and chucking some weights on top, we turned on the gas.
My welds aren't the best. I can see sunlight coming through.
Nah.
Yeah.
Peak welding. Master welder.
That was weird.
They should not be doing this with a lawn. It's facing a lawn that could catch fire, and there's a lot of shrubs on the side that could catch fire.
And nothing happened.
Oh,
Okay, turn it off.
it says like maybe a safety shut-off.
So we removed the pesky safety valve put in by the government to
Ooh,
throttle
safety.
your Saturday night barbecue
Bill.
experience and tried again with just a sparkler in the combustion
Pesky
chamber.
safety, OSHA.
Whoa!
Oh,
Is it more?
More.
Yeah. Oh no.
and it's not self-starting, so we tried with a leaf blower.
Yeah.
Oh, who's this lady?
Yep.
And it started to rumble, but still wouldn't kick. And I think my holes are the problem, or the lack of them. So I drilled some
My holes.
more and turned it perpendicular to the inlet and welded that in. I also fixed some of the leaking holes in the combustion chamber.
He said
and I do owe
holes.
Colin an apology. I've also failed to make a self-starting pulse jet.
This is your streamer,
Not an
chat.
idiot.
You've
We
missed
both
me,
are.
right?
I'm still
You've
convinced you're
missed
making
the
a sex
streamer.
dungeon under your house, though.
What? A sex dungeon? Sorry, what?
Still failed to make a self-starting pulse jet engine. You're not an idiot. We both are. I'm still convinced you're making a sex dungeon under your house, though.
Oh, that is absolutely a sex dungeon. That is absolutely
Started.
I heard it.
a dungeon of some
I'm
sorts.
scared. I turned it off.
Try.
Wait, what do I do when it's at
That's
that
where I keep my
sound?
mods.
When it actually goes boom, you'll say I'll move away.
Bow.
Leave it for like a second unless it like flies. If it starts to move, turn it
If
off.
it starts to move, I'm not going to be here, Alex.
No, if it starts to move,
If it starts to move, I'm gonna be gone. Silly.
whoa, that
Valid.
was it.
I don't like it.
It did it.
I don't like it.
Oh.
I don't like it.
You saw it move?
Yes.
And that time it sounded like it was about to go. But my
See the
housemate
difference
was too
in
scared.
reaction, chat? See the difference in reaction? See the difference in reaction? This is why men's expected life expectancy is so much lower. I don't like it. You saw it move? I don't like it. But you saw it move.
And kept turning it off. So I got back my mate, who doesn't care as much about our safety, and gave it another go.
Yeah. Pesky girl. Silly girl. Who cares about if you're gonna be here or not in 10 years? Oh my god.
So loud.
That is fucked.
I don't think you should stop running that. Holy.
Cut it off now, Alex.
Yeah, that's too loud.
And we only had that on for a couple of seconds,
Ooh.
but it was still the loudest thing my poor ears and neighbors' ears have ever had come inside them. It also made me stim for some reason. It was around 100.
You went monkey. Man sees fire for the first time.
decibels, which is louder than a passenger plane taking off right here on my deck. And the simplicity of this is beautiful. No moving parts, just sheet metal in the shape of a trumpet with a barbecue gas bottle. There is really no reason for every man, woman, and child watching right now not to go and make one of these. They are seriously the most fun you can
Chat,
have
it's your
as a
turn.
14
Chat, you gotta make one. Chat, there's no reason why we cannot make one now. Go in your backyard and make a trumpet now. Now. Finish this video first and then make one in Minecraft.
year-old living in a crowded urban neighborhood. But I reckon if I ran this any longer, the cops would come and take it for themselves to play with. So I'm stopping. All right, I don't want to
Is he friends with the cops? Or are those like cosplays?
continue using sparklers to ignite this thing. I want to feel more fancy and have buttons. And I could use an ignition coil to light it, but I thought it would be more fun to use a taser. And here's a hot tip for you kids. Tasers are illegal in Australia, but you can still buy them. They're just called cattle prods, which is illegal unless you have animals to prod.
Okay, so they're illegal in Canada too, as far as I'm concerned. Because I at one point in my life when I used to travel a lot in the dark as a wolf, I was fearful for my safety and I tried to get one and they couldn't sell it to me. Oh, it's useful. You can get one if you have an animal. Okay. I see. All right, Tat, get in there. Tat, get into the farm. Get on all fours and pretend to be a cow, okay? Just until the inspector leaves.
But in all seriousness, I'm getting chickens on the property, so I'm going to need this. So all I did
Oh,
was
yeah,
bypass
sure.
the
Chickens
barrier,
would
switch it to the
appreciate being
taser, and
tased,
connect it
for
to this
sure.
relay. And now when I press this button, it should work.
Yep.
And kids, once again, this is the perfect setup if you want to make a bomb. And then weld it in the spark plug.
This is the great thing about being a bad welder. We can hook cables onto them. Look at that. Okay, when I press this,
This is a bomb
We should do it
instructional
go off.
video. Nice.
What do I hear, gas? We should see this go off. Yes.
Oh!
All right. Now, if I'm sitting on the jet engine, I can turn the gas on and off. But what
Why does he have
happens if I
boobs? Why does he have boobs, chat? If he's sitting on the jet engine, why he have boobs? Why not? I suppose. Man, those are some big ass grippers he drew.
fly off? Or even worse, what if I'm going to make it wireless? So I bought this solenoid and this brass fitting that precisely don't fit my gas pipe. So
What?
I just welded it.
Oh, my eyes!
That does not work.
And I melted the brass. So instead I cut off
I'm
some
feeling a
hose and stuck
migraine
that on
coming
the
on
end
from
as an
that.
adapter,
Oh, boy.
which works nicely. And now I also have the world's first lockable childproof bomb.
Yeah, child friendly is exactly what I'm looking for in a bomb.
I thought we said you wouldn't have any more drug paraphernalia in the house.
I didn't make it.
Alex, this is in the garage.
I did
you
not.
Said you were not. Gonna
I
have
did
this in
not
here.
make this.
What do you mean?
I didn't make it. He made it.
Who is this
true?
man?
He did it. And now when I press this button, gas should come out. And this is weird. I can hear it, but I can't see it. So either there's a snake in the pipe or the guy gave me invisible gas.
Oh,
Me.
it's invisible gas. Oh.
Okay, the ignition works well. And after pissing off everyone in the neighborhood with the noise of this thing, you'd think I'd stop here. But no, I want to be in a Neighbors from Hell episode. So I'm going to make a thrust augmenter. And it's a funnel thing that goes on either one of the exhausts, and for some reason it's meant to add more thrust. But again, it's one of those things in the rocket world where people say it works, but no one can tell me how. Like if this actually worked, surely I could just stack another augmenter on this one, and then
The way he keeps talking about rocket science is like the way people talk about quantum physics. Like, it works. But why? I don't know. It works. But how? I don't know. Any rocket scientist can confirm or deny. It just does. Yeah, it just does. Just like this part.
and another and get ever-increasing thrust. So let's give it a go, but this time not in the suburbs.
He's still dangerously close to grass and trees. Oh.
Alright, the self-ignition doesn't work, and I can't get it to start with the augmenter, as it's in the way of the blower. So I just cut it off, and gave that a go, which still didn't work. But then I realized it was because I was out of gas, so I cut off the augmenter.
I can't believe it. This man's like, I built a PC, I'm gonna try and turn it on, but it wouldn't. So I troubleshooted for the whole day before I realized I didn't plug it in.
For no reason. And
He's
after getting
so
a new bottle,
smart.
we gave
He
it
is
another
too
go.
good at this.
And I have heard whispers on the internet that if I tip the gas bottle upside down, something magical will happen.
Oh, what?
And that liquid propane really makes it sound angry, and seems like it increases the thrust. Doing it at night seemed to help the thrust as well.
Doing it at night seems to help with thrust, huh?
Turn it off.
I'm so fearful for their lives, child. I didn't say that. He said it. I'm just repeating what I heard. That's baller as hell.
Now,
I know,
it's time
dude.
to move the plot.
How do they not get taxed for this stuff? How do they not get fined for this stuff? This stuff is like crazy.
Pulse jet to the top of the hill.
Okay, just do not hit a tree, otherwise your head is gone.
Alright, now to work out the swing. And this can't be like your mum's sex swing. I need it to not fall apart under my weight. And originally I wanted to build
My mom doesn't need a sex swing.
two A-frames and have the swing
That's
on
not my
that,
mom.
But I don't trust my welding enough.
I don't
So
know
I'm
who
gonna
that
use
is, but
God's
that ain't my mom.
A-frames, which are super strong and don't fall over. And these two are in the perfect position with a clearing on this side, and on the other side, a nice bushy cliff covered in dry grass. So I got this
Perfect for starting a fire.
pipe which has
Fire!
walls 3 mil thick and secured it in place with these bearings, which I definitely remembered to put on the pipe the first time. And I don't know if these bearings are strong enough, but I also don't care. Then I just welded some arms on the top of the engine with support running to the frame, which is made out of steel, as I've heard it's good at holding up against jet fuel. And the reason I need the engine
Yeah, steel is the best. Oh yeah.
support is if I just secure it on the top like this, I'm sure that spinning jet engine will just peel itself apart. So instead I have the arms running to the frame and then the frame running all the way to the bottom. Then also just reinforced all the welds while also making sure I keep the camera in a way where it doesn't reveal the location of my property to any of you freaks. Alright, now
Wait, hold on. What does that say? All right, GeoGuessr players, I'ma need you to find this pebble exactly. Where is that guy? What's his name? Ice or something? I can't remember his name ever. Here's a pebble. Please locate it. And here's a foot.
freaks. Alright, now to see if it fits.
Oh no.
Which it does
Oh my
if I leave my
gosh.
car here. But now I'm stuck.
What are we going to do? Deflate the tires.
Rainbow.
Let's see.
Yeah, why did I think ice? Precipitation. Okay, Loki, that does kind of remind me of the sex swing.
And if I just tried to run it like this, I don't think it would do 360s, as it would probably just get to like 45 degrees and then just stop. So originally I thought I could get like 5 meters of spear gun rubber and slingshot it to start it off. But then I realized I should just copy what I did in my intro and put a counterweight on top so it really wants to spin.
Oh, wow. He filmed the whole thing. He made a whole different thing just for the intro. What a dedicated man. This seems so stupid. That's basically this whole thing. He used to, I think some of his earlier ideas were like, you know, practical, like questions that I've wondered as well. Like, if I jump rope fast enough, can I actually like theoretically hit all the rain spots, the raindrops, so I don't get wet? I like that question. This, I need to understand why he decided to go here. This is for science, of course, of course. All the men in chat be like, oh, unga bunga. This is art. I'm sorry. Woo, I'm sorry. Hands up. I'm so sorry. I should not be, sorry. I don't understand your fascination with sticks.
Too much leverage when you lift your arms out.
Maybe if I go like...
He made a tampon,
And if you
Galen?
guys
I
have
need to watch
never
that.
experienced having a steel pole in between your cheeks while also holding 20 kilos above your head,
I have. Let's just play that back. Let's just play that back. X pole dancer here.
and if you guys have never experienced having a steel pole in between your cheeks while also holding 20 kilos above your head,
Yep.
you have to try it. It's a fantastic feeling.
Oh,
when I got
yeah.
down though, we realized we could have just rotated the jet to put the weights on. Also, I
Right.
realized another thing about the spinning I didn't consider. When the jet engine is upside down, it's going to run on liquid propane. So it'll be cycling between liquid and gas, giving a lot more thrust. But we'll also put a lot of stress on the solenoid, which is not meant to run on cold liquid propane, which means it could blow up or get stuck in the open position. Which is why I got rid of the Chinese solenoid and switched it with this beefy one. And it being Chinese has nothing to do with it. This one just has a bigger hole. Then I just bolted on a chair for me to sit on and put the electronics in a box. And it's done. And after a visit to the car park of an event cinema movie theater,
He
I
drives
should
a
have
Ford
enough fire
F-120,
extinguishers to do the first
F-150.
But just to be sure we don't burn everything down, we
Raptor.
also stole the neighbor's generator and made a firefighting setup. And
That's your
nothing left but
firefighter?
to do it. And this is probably the most scared I've ever been before turning on one of my dumb devices.
So what's our plan? Our plan is do it, and we're both running.
He's rich as fuck. Really? Is a Raptor expensive? I don't know anything about trucks.
And hiding behind that tree.
Yeah, behind that tree there.
Oh, the mannequin does have boobs. The drawing was accurate. Hurrah!
And it wouldn't start, even though nothing has changed since we did the other tests. So we tried different sized gas bottles, thinking that that could have been the issue.
Why the
we also
fuck is he
tried
doing
moving the
this in a
bottle position.
forest? That's what I'm saying. This is so
Where are the
dangerous.
What did that happen?
This is all dry stuff too. Top of the end trim level. Wait, hold on.
And even though we got it started
They just scattered.
once, it wouldn't stay on. So we tried a couple more times.
I don't know, is this a good idea?
But then called it a night. Decided to try again in the
Yo, do you think this is like legal evidence to like fine him? You think somebody out here is like collecting evidence of him like of his transgressions and building a case behind him? That seems very sus.
morning with a plan. So in the morning,
what
we
do
got
I
up,
know?
went
What
to
do
the
I
car
know?
dealership and installed a TV for them.
We did a much better job at this than the jet engine. First go. Of course, yeah.
Then once we had done that, we tried the jet engine again.
Can I get a picture? He's got a fangirl.
Why?
Which still wouldn't work. But then we realized that the solenoid was probably the problem. As you know how earlier I said that nothing had changed from our stationary test before? One thing did, the length of this hose, which doesn't seem like it would make a difference, but because it's shorter now, there might be less resistance on the solenoid and the gas can pass through easier. So we did something you're definitely not meant to do.
No,
and
no.
put a kink in the gas pipe,
No!
which will hopefully build up more pressure and force the
Oh
solenoid
my
to open
god, this
all
is
the
the
way.
dumbest idea. Hell nah. Hell nah. Just fix the problem. You can't resist. You cannot artificially increase resistance like this, bruh. Bro. Concerned. Concerned. It
That was
lives.
the best so far, but I want it to spin for as long as we tell it to. So
I think the mannequin's arm fell off. The G's are too strong.
bent the hose a little harder and gave it a
Oh, no. And he made a kink in it. He made a U-shape in it. Bro, this is such a bad idea. The other arm is gonna come off now. Oh, well, that's so fast. That's actually so fast. Woo! Caveman dancing.
And that worked so much better than I could have ever hoped. Nothing broke, blew up, or got burnt, and it spun continuously
Nothing got blown up. So much better than I hoped.
until we switched it off. So we tried again, but this time with the bottle fully tilted so it runs on liquid for longer.
Am I Mr.
Sparkle, sparkle. That's been the magic touch, so let's keep with it.
And they're not wearing shoes, either of them. Damn, I thought one of them got hit. Oh wow. How do they stop it? Because it's self-starting, right? Do they have like a manual valve somewhere that you can turn off the gas?
And that was significantly louder and faster than the others, but it still wasn't running on liquid the whole time. You could hear it going on and off. And I think it's because
That's the
it's
neat part,
spinning,
you don't.
The liquid is getting pulled to the bottom edge like water in a bucket. And
Yes,
not coming out.
centrifugal force.
So we waited till night and decided to try a new tank with more liquid propane in it.
What the fuck? You're wearing this at night? Yo, some fire watchers out there be like, the fuck they doing over there?
And give that a go.
Stop. No, it was spraying liquid propane onto you. Get away from it, get away from it.
Oh my god, that is
And we
so
almost set
crazy
ourselves on
dangerous.
fire, so we tried again with the bottle at 45 degrees. And then we almost blew the jet engine up. So we tried one last time.
Oh my god, that flame was right on the propane holder. Oh my god, for like a good few seconds too. Oh, my heart. Wow, if that exploded, like I don't think we'll have this video, bro. It's fine. It's fine. Oh yeah. It's like that meme of that dog sitting in the fire. This is fine.
Before finally getting the shot I wanted. and also letting you hear the drop of this
Those
song.
tanks can hold fire for some time. How do you know this? Is this it? Is this it? That's actually so impressive. Yeah, it's pink. Look at the way it's heating up. Like, the metal is red. Oh my goodness. This is very impressive. And sheer dumb luck
That initial burn,
with their survival.
stopped, there was
Material engineers be like,
This is by far the best thing I've ever made and most fun I've ever had filming a video. But there's also zero chance I'm ever going to sit on this thing. Go make
No.
a pulse jet, kids, and do it yourself. Thank you so much for watching. If you like that, please subscribe and check out some of my other videos.
do I even want to like this video? I don't know if I want to encourage this kind of behavior. Oh my goodness. That was crazy.
Hey,
That
guys.
was crazy.